Welcome, everybody. Please be seated. So great to see you all today. It's my absolute favorite day of the year where we get to celebrate the accomplishment of 15 amazing students. These are great kids, and I'm so excited to be here with a room full of people that love and care about you and helped you get where you are today. Before we get started, I want to introduce some of our special guests. Up here on stage, these are the people that work behind the scenes that you guys probably never see, but they're the reason we're here today, and we couldn't do it without them, so we want to thank them. So we have Cindy Ellsburn, who's one of our board members. We have Tim Schott, who's the Executive Director of Secondary Schools. We have Kathy Danielson, who is the High School Director. Shelley Bosovich, Executive Director of Student and Family Services. And Dr. Tom Ahart, our Superintendent. So these are some of the people that help make this happen. But also in this audience, we have all of the staff at Des Moines Public Schools that are all here to support you. We have the families, the community supports. A lot of people work together to make this happen, and we are just excited you're here. So think about it, 13 plus years you've been working to this moment. That's a really long time. And we want to celebrate that accomplishment today. Now I know many of you, this was not an easy road to get here today. There are a lot of bumps in the road, a lot of challenges, things that other people don't have to face. But you know what? You're here, and you did it, and we're gonna celebrate. All right? So we're going to get started with our guest speaker, Kathy Danielson.
We're like, who is this gray-haired lady, and what could she possibly have to say to me that might inspire me to move forward? Well, I'm probably not. So what I decided to do, though, graduates, is I thought I'd share a story with you. And this story is about resilience. And I think that that's a word probably that a lot of your teachers have talked to you about. Because resilience is one of those things that people go through lots of pain, some challenges, some difficulty, but darned if you don't keep getting back up, you keep moving ahead, and you know darn well that's the only choice you have. No matter what, you keep moving. So I thought I would just tell you a quick story that happened to me many years ago. But I'm going to start with the story in the present. Now, I'll bet you all know what Facebook is. Now, it might surprise you that even I know what Facebook is, and I'm on Facebook. And you know, it's been kind of cool because some people from my past have connected with me. And a couple of years ago, I got this message from a former student that I had as a teacher when I was at East High School. And it said, the first message was, "Are you the Kathy Danielson that taught English at East High School? I think I was your student." Well, yes, of course. This is a student that I would never, ever have forgotten. And we have lots of students through the years, especially high school teachers, but I would not have forgotten about Steve. So I want to go back and tell you why I would never forget about Steve. I was teaching, this would have been about 23 or 24 years ago, and I was teaching in what they referred to as an at-risk program at East High School. And this was students that I thought had a great deal of resilience, because they had lots of challenges for various reasons, all kinds of reasons. When I met Steve, he was about 15 years old, and he was a very, very angry young man, pretty sullen, did come to school fairly regularly, but just angry. The main reason Steve was so angry is he had lost his older brother in a shooting accident just 1 year before I met him. So you could see that he was just filled with anger. He was mad at the system. He was mad at certain groups of people that he felt were responsible. And so he was struggling, and he needed a lot of encouragement, which I felt this connection with him. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not the hero of the story at all. There were several teachers at North that somehow made this special connection with Steve, which is what we strive to do with all students. And what I know and I see every day, the staff at Mann and at Central Campus, they do with you. So he had a job the whole time. Steve was a worker. I found out he had a girlfriend. I found out he wanted to make money. And in the next couple years, I had Steve in about 2 other classes. And we were in speech class one day, and they had an assignment to share something about themselves, something personal that they felt comfortable with. And I'll never forget this, because Steve felt comfortable by that time to stand up and tell a little bit of his story from when he was a boy. And this is the part that I remember. Steve was saying that he lived with his mom, who was struggling at the time with some drug issues. And she was having a party. And he was about 7 or 8 years old, 9 maybe. And a friend of the mom's on the balcony of their apartment took Steve, held him upside down by the ankles over the edge of the balcony. Now, this is what he's telling his classmates at East. He said, "When I was finished, I called Dad and said, I think I need to come and live with you." Now, Mom got well. That ended better. But Steve decided on his own, I need to have an environment where it's a little healthier. And so he finished his high school years by the time we knew him with his dad. He graduated from East High. He married that girlfriend. In fact, a couple of teachers and myself got an invitation to his wedding, and we attended. He came to my house probably when he was about 21 or 22 and did some tree trimming work. He'd gotten into a little business of his own. Maybe a year or 2 later then, I saw him one more time, and he had a small son. And then I lost track, didn't know where Steve was until Facebook. So when I get this message, we kind of go back and forth, and he said finally, "Would you like to have coffee somewhere?" And we did. And it was one of those that just warms your heart. We just visited, and we caught up. He asked about my family and my grandchildren, and I asked about his family. And, he still had his mom and dad. He had 2 sons. He was extremely proud. His oldest son was about to graduate from Simpson College. He had a good business. They lived in a house by Carlisle. He and his wife traveled all the time. Obviously, the neatest part for me was he did this very gracious thank you to me and to some other folks about, boy, I don't know if I'd have gotten through East High School if it weren't for some of you. And I said, "Oh, Steve, I don't think it was us. Maybe we gave you that, that connection. Maybe we gave you that encouragement. But I'm telling you," and I remember using that word with him. I said, "I remember believing that all the challenges, all the bumps in the road, all the things that any other person that would face would probably give up and just hang it up." He did not. I said, "You are resilient." And certainly the students that we see, because I believe that you're all pretty darn resilient, that you, whatever the challenges are, and I do have some news for you, and I hope this doesn't harm you, you will have more of them. The older you get, you will have more challenges and more bumps in the road and some pain and some fears and some struggles. But you have to keep in mind that if you have that trait of being resilient and saying, "I am not going to let this get me down and stop me from finding success in the ways that are right for me," because there isn't a formula, folks. There isn't a recipe. You don't have to go to college. You don't have to do this. You will figure out how to define success, and then you will move forward. So, with that, continue to be resilient. Define your success. Go after it. Thank your parents and families and friends and Randy Olson, this wonderful lady who bops from building to building and cares so deeply about you, and Natalie and all of them. I can't name them all. Amanda, I'm trying to grab them. Brian, all of them that I have seen and known through the years. We're all so very proud of you. Best of luck.
Thank you, Kathy. Now, I'm excited because we have some students that are going to be speaking today. And our first student speaker is Daniel Patterson.
There used to be a time when we all laughed and had fun, but days grow darker and heavy rain falls. Some days we felt like we lost it all. As days go by, people cry, giving all our hope to those who died. Life is like a burning fire in my chest, just waiting to be put to rest. All the pain I feel seems so real some days. I want to end my life by grabbing that blade and holding it tight, ready to give God my life. I fought and fought to survive, but every day I feel like it's all a lie. I have done and said things I shouldn't do, but all those times I was afraid to lose. I know I'm not perfect like I pretended to be. I just didn't want people to see the real me. My eyes are shut, my mind is dark, and lately it's been tearing me apart. I've been running from my fears, so scared to face them. Maybe it's time to stop running. And today is the day I stand up tall and let the light show me the way. Life is about making mistakes. It's also about trying to be great, but don't let it scare you away. So rise up, stand tall, show yourself that you are strong and that you belong. Show this world that this is where you belong. Keeping your heart open shows you are strong, ready to fight for what you believe in and not letting anybody keep you from seeing your true self. Rise up, stay strong, show the world this is where you belong. Life is a beautiful journey. Every part of it is worth earning instead of watching yourself burn. Now it's time to show the world it's your turn. This is my life, not yours. Bring your army, bring your worst, but let me tell you, you're not the first and sure won't be the last. My life is like a piece of glass I have shattered in the past, but the past is the past, and today is the day I'll rise up and face my demons, fight my wars, and open that door that leads me to the world that I thought was gone. But now it's back and better than ever. All my bad ties have been severed. There's a smile upon my face. My scars are erased. My heart is open, my soul bright. And all of it means that I fought for everything I've done. But a new journey has begun. Now it's time to rise up and walk the miles ahead instead of letting myself wish I was dead. I need to follow my path. There's brightness ahead and hope in my life. Just remember that I kept the past from tearing me apart.
Thanks, Daniel. And that was original that he wrote. That's a great job. All right, our next speaker, William Inman. Come on up, William.
Yeah. I would like to congratulate the graduates 2017. I would like to thank all the teachers, therapists, and students of Meredith Middle School and Focus High School who were my friends and helpers. I have survived many problems and have progressed to this graduation day. For everyone who is scared of the future, I say don't be afraid. Don't give up. Don't let your worries and problems cloud your minds with fear. Remember, you have lots of friends, and through technology you can stay in touch with them. I will keep all my friends and helpers in my heart, like you. I also want to thank my family. Our families make lots of sacrifices that we can be successful. I want to end with a poem. You're graduating, you've worked, you've done it. This important prize, it's yours, you've won it. There you are in your caps, gowns, and tassels, ready to make the world your castles. Just keep on to capture more. Spread your wings, you're going to soar. Your effort finally has paid off. The world now offers more to you, new graduates. It has opened special doors to your future. Congratulations.
Okay. Good job. Now watch the stage when you go down. Okay. Watch. All right, our next speaker is Haley Richards.
Graduation. It's the day I've been looking forward to since freshman year. For most of us, it's no more late night studying, no more waking up to that annoying alarm clock. It means waking up with a smile on your face knowing we actually made it. It means success. It means power. It means for all the mistakes that I made, I was given a second chance to show my doubters and myself I did it. It means I am ready for the next step in life.
Thank you, Haley. And we have one more, Mr. Toby Noland.
Let's see. I didn't actually bring mine, so I'll have to improvise it. I actually hated high school growing up, or for the first few years. But once my friends and my teachers helped me get through it, it helped me realize that I can create my own future. I can do this, I can do that. And once I learned that, I believed in myself and I believed in my friends who had already had faith in me. So I want to thank my teachers, my family, and my friends who always had faith in me from the beginning.
Thank you. My favorite part is our student speakers. So now we get down to the real good stuff, the presentation of diplomas. So Dr. Tom Ahart is going to come, share a few words, and we'll get moving on that part.
Good afternoon. Des Moines Public Schools exist so that students graduate with the knowledge, skills, and abilities to be successful at the next stage of their lives. That 13-year journey is supported by thousands of staff members throughout our district, many of whom are with us here today. If you work for Des Moines Public Schools, please stand, and I would ask the rest of you to join me in thanking them on behalf of our graduates. And now, on behalf of the district staff, the community of Des Moines, and teachers of district-wide programs, I am honored to confirm that the members of the district-wide programs class of 2017 have met the requirements established by the state of Iowa and our Board of Education, and have demonstrated all the qualifications to receive a certificate of graduation from the Des Moines Public Schools. Esteemed School Board Vice Chair Cindy Ellsburn, as Superintendent of the Des Moines Schools, I proudly commend to you for the presentation of diplomas the district-wide programs class of 2017.
All right, I think we're ready. The first graduate of the 2017 year is Nathan Backstrom. Good job, bud. We have Carl D. Carr. Mr. Tyron Craddy. Jamisha Crockett. All right, look at Mama. All right. Matthew Cunningham. Natalia Dye. Wait till I call you. The ever excited Miss Angel Grant. Kaylee Hill. William John Inman. Jade Martin. Mr. Jared Martins. Toby Noland. Daniel Patterson. Haley Richards.
Oh, I gotta smile. Can I go?
Yes, you can. You got to capture these moments. And last but definitely not least, Cassandra Whitehead. Well, how does it feel, guys, to sit there with your diplomas in your hand? Amazing. It is amazing, isn't it? So I want to talk to you for a few minutes. I have one last assignment for you. I want you to take a moment and really think about the people that helped you get where you are today, that helped you get to this moment holding that diploma. Because you know there are lots of students, countless, way too many kids who never walk across the stage. So what made the difference for you? Who were those people along the way, and what did they do that got you to where you are today? So over the next couple days, I want you to think about that. Because you're leaving your DMPS family. You're leaving this community that has supported you. And you're going out to make a new community and to make new friends and have new support systems. But I want you to always remember those people that were there for you in the past, because that's an important piece of that. They made a difference and they pushed you to this point, not to the point of no return, but to this point. And I also want to encourage you to reach out to those people. There's a whole auditorium full of people here who have supported you along the way. Take a moment, thank them, let them know what the impact they made. And I know the world out there is a little scary, but I'm going to encourage you to find your new community, to find those people that are going to support you, to use your resources. I know every one of you sitting here has used your resources. You found people to help you along the way. And I want you to make a difference in the world. And I have to tell you, I know all of you will do that. And I can't wait to see what's next for you. I can't wait to see what's coming up in your futures, because it's going to be amazing. But most importantly, let us know about it. Keep in touch, because I want to keep cheering on. And so we have one final thing that will make this official. So, as much as it's going to kill me, I'm going to have you stand up and come back up on stage. There's one tradition that we want to do to make this official. And after that, I can't wait to show these guys all the love that they deserve. So graduates, please take your tassel from the right side and move it to the left. And with that, there they are. What a great day. So I want to thank you guys all for coming. The celebration is going to continue in the lobby. We have cupcakes, balloons, and all of that good stuff. So thank you for coming. All right, graduates, you can head off the stage right away.
That one is sitting right here didn't even come.